What's going on? Thanks for checking in. Got two young studs, the best players in the nation right now. We got Connor Salerno, lefty pitcher, started the All-American game today. Nasty stuff, hitting his spots. Not only does he have big velo from the left side, he knows where to put it. And we got #1 player in the country right now, Jacob Lombard, who is a shortstop. We're gonna do something fun today, okay? We got a pitcher and we got a shortstop. Pitcher and we got a hitter. We're gonna go exercise for exercise here. We're gonna go top down. So what we're gonna talk about first is your favorite upper body exercise that your trainers have you do, that you like to do, that's massively impacted your game.
So something I like to do is flat bench, dumbbell bench. What I like to focus on this exercise is getting deep into my stretch and not overdoing weight, because if you overdo it, obviously injuries at risk. And just keeping it steady, you know, not trying to do too much.
So how many sets and reps you typically do with your guy?
So I usually do, it's probably like 3, maybe 4 sets, or maybe 8.
Okay.
And just doing like that. Starting off like kind of lighter, just get that like stretch going, and then kind of work up the intensity and not go too heavy where it's like I can't do it.
Going for size, good hypertrophy. He's getting full range of motion because he needs that as he throws. Better separation, better disconnection, they call it. Good stuff, man. I like your first exercise.
I chose just a neutral grip pull up. He stole the press from me. I'd probably would have chosen that, just a single arm bench, but
yeah, chose the neutral grip, pull up. You were going nice, slow, and controlled.
Did it kind of in a split stance to keep my body in a better posture, and that's about it.
Which is something I haven't seen before and is a great idea. It's
Swing.
like a tail, yeah, like a tail of a cat, right? The cat has a tail to keep balance. That's why cats always land on their feet. That is a good option if you sway during pull-up, to make sure you're just really activating your back to take the instability out of the movement. Because we know, if you've been following me for a while, there's some scientific term out there called a force stability paradigm. You can't produce max force from unstable positions. Him creating a stable position is gonna allow him to have more hypertrophy, more growth. Great exercise. Are you a baseball player that's working hard in the weight room, but you're not seeing that success transfer over to the diamond? Maybe you're putting in 6 days a week over here in the gym and you're not getting any stronger, any more explosive. It's because you're most likely not on a strict workout routine or training regimen that has basic fundamental principles to it to build your body, to build physiology. There needs to be a lot of science behind what you do, and luckily in our SummersMethod Plus app, we have 10 programs available for you. That is a strict science-based training routine, guaranteed to make sure what you're doing in a weight room transfers over to the field, and we're giving out 50 free slots for 1 month. So if you want to train with any of my programs for a month free, hurry up, click the link in the description below, and it'll show you the directions. If you've been following us for a while now, you know single leg exercises are our bread and butter. So now we're going unilateral exercise. Favorite single leg exercise? We'll start with the pitcher first.
For my single leg exercise, I chose reverse lunge. The reason I chose this is because I feel like I need, obviously get big legs as a pitcher, and using my lead leg block to really like stop my force and really generate more power into the ground and just let myself like be more controlled. And I also think it's a good exercise because you need balance out both legs, and just having like brace in those legs to like keep you more balanced on the mound as well.
I've seen in a lot of cases, and the research backs this up, is single leg exercise will transfer over to double leg positions.
Yeah.
Double leg exercises, not a lot of times, will transfer over to single leg, because in double legs, you'll play into your asymmetry. So if one leg's stronger than the other, for a single leg exercise, you gotta force it into being even with the weight, with the stimulus.
Yeah.
So yeah, reverse lunge, any lunging pattern, a staple in our program, and I'm glad it's a staple in yours.
All right, I chose the single leg deadlift, kind of what we talked about over there. We usually choose the single leg stuff rather than a bilateral movement, just because, like you said, if you're dominant and you're kind of asymmetrical, you'll lean over to wherever you're dominant. So if I'm strong on my right side, if you're doing a double leg exercise, you'll kind of use that right side a little more.
A lot of times too, a kid like this, right, how physical he is, he could probably bilateral trap bar deadlift 600 pounds. That's really high risk, low reward when it comes down to it. So what you can do is you can load less weight on the bar, make it a split stance or a single leg position to maximize the stimulus without that risk of trying to pick up 600 pounds. Split stance trap bar deadlift, it's in our programs. Glad it's in yours, brother. Last but certainly not least, we went over unilateral. Now let's go bilateral. So double leg pitching. What's your favorite double leg exercise?
So my double leg exercise is the leg press. I picked this because I feel like it focuses more on I feel like upper quad maybe. I like to do it because I like to do it slow and controlled. So slow coming down and more explosive up to get more like the power feeling kind of.
It feels good. It grows quads 100%.
Yeah.
And another, component to it, you don't see it too much in athletic performance, but the bodybuilding side uses it for hypertrophy to gain size. But for a guy like you, who's obviously very strong, like I talked about with Jacob in the single leg deadlift variation, this is a machine you can safely load a ton of weight on. And with a regular, back squat, if you loaded as much weight as you would on this leg press, your back would be the limiting factor. This, your back's supported. So your legs are gonna be the limiting factor. So for a pitcher, believe it or not, I know it's unique to see this in athletic performance. It's a very good way to not only build size, but to build strength if you load it heavy enough. So love the exercise.
I chose front squat just because, instead of choosing back squat, front squat is a little more of a difficult movement, one that you'll probably not be able to weight. So it's one that you have to be more controlled and focus on hitting certain muscle groups.
Front squat, we always like to call it the lie detector test. Baseball player, what's a big component to everything we do? Bracing your core, controlling your trunk, anti-rotation stuff. Front squat's one of the best possible things. You could do that to create a strong foundation, from the core itself, because you can't fold. If your trunk's not strong enough to support the weight, you'll just fall forward. That's why we call it a lie detector, because you have to stay upright, you have to create good posture. It's a direct move that does transfer to when you swing, even to when you throw, because of keeping that posture. We talked about posture earlier. Front squat's something, we at our program would do early on in the off season to try to build size, because like you said, you're not gonna be able to get as heavy as a back squat. So pure strength, force into the ground isn't gonna be there. But what is gonna be there is full body, neuromuscular, creating radiation. Great exercise, that's why we call it the lie detector, because you can't cheat it, right? You have to have good posture, you have to stay upright. So, great exercise, glad it's in your program. Hey, that's a wrap, thanks for tuning in. That was such a cool video. We got to see a pitcher's perspective, one of the best in the nation, and we got to see a position player's perspective, the best in the nation. Hey, you still got another year though to be #1. Yeah, hell yeah, man. No, I really appreciate it. You guys got your own social medias out there. Where can these guys find you?
Connor.Salerno on Instagram.
Okay.
Jacob Lombard _ on Instagram.
All right, hey, we just showed you 6 really good exercises for baseball performance. Go ahead and knock those out. Game rewards the grind. It knows how much you invested.